Have you ever calculated how much money flows through your hands every single day just for that perfect cup of coffee? What if I told you that your innocent morning ritual could be quietly stealing thousands of dollars from your future self, and most people have absolutely no idea it's happening? Today we're diving deep into the hidden financial devastation of coffee addiction. But here's the twist. I'm going to show you exactly how to keep drinking the same high-quality coffee you love while actually saving money instead of hemorrhaging it. This isn't about giving up your coffee. It's about outsmarting a system designed to drain your wallet drop by drop. Let me start with a story that might sound familiar. Mark, a marketing executive in Seattle, considered himself financially responsible. He had a budget, tracked his major expenses, and felt good about his spending habits. But when he finally did the math on his coffee consumption, he discovered something shocking. Between his morning Starbucks run, afternoon coffee shop meetings, and weekend specialty drinks, he was spending $4,200 per year just on coffee. That's more than he was contributing to his retirement account. Mark's story isn't unique. It's the reality for millions of coffee lovers who have no idea they're systematically undermining their financial future one sip at a time. The coffee industry has masterfully engineered a system that makes spending feel effortless and invisible. Think about it. When you buy a car, the price is clearly displayed and you feel the financial impact immediately. But coffee purchases are small, frequent, and often made during routine activities when your financial guard is down. This creates what behavioral economists call the small purchase illusion, where your brain categorizes these expenses as negligible, even though they add up to significant amounts over time. Here's where it gets really interesting from a psychological perspective. Coffee purchases trigger multiple cognitive biases simultaneously. There's the convenience premium. You pay extra because you're already out, and the coffee shop is right there. There's social proof. Everyone else is buying expensive coffee, so it must be normal. There's the sunk cost fallacy. You've already established a routine, so changing feels like admitting you made a mistake. And perhaps most powerfully, there's the daily habit loop where your brain stops consciously evaluating the purchase because it's become automatic. Let's break down the real numbers because most people drastically underestimate their coffee spending. The average specialty coffee drink costs between $4 and $6. If you buy one coffee per day at $5, that's $35 per week, $152 per month, and $1,825 per year. But here's what most people miss. They don't buy just one coffee. There's the morning coffee, maybe an afternoon pick-me-up, weekend indulgences, coffee shop meetings, travel purchases at airports, or highway stops. When you account for realistic consumption patterns, many coffee lovers spend between $3,000 and $5,000 annually. But the true cost goes far beyond the immediate expense. This is where the concept of opportunity cost becomes crucial. Every dollar spent on overpriced coffee is a dollar not invested in your future. If you took that same $3,000 per year and invested it in a diversified portfolio earning 7% annually, you'd have approximately $130,000 after 20 years. That's not just coffee money. That's a down payment on a house, a child's college fund, or a comfortable early retirement buffer. The coffee industry has also created artificial scarcity and premium positioning that inflates prices far beyond the actual cost of ingredients. A cup of coffee that costs $4 contains maybe 50 cents worth of actual coffee beans, milk, and other ingredients. The rest is markup for real estate, labor, branding, and profit margins. You're essentially paying a 300 to 400% premium for convenience and atmosphere. Now let's talk about the hidden costs that most people never consider. Coffee shop purchases often trigger additional spending. Pastries, sandwiches, merchandise. There's the time cost of waiting in lines and making detours. There's the health cost if you're consuming excessive sugar and calories. And there's the dependency cost. When you rely on expensive coffee for energy and mood regulation, you've created a financial obligation that's difficult to break. But here's where this gets exciting instead of depressing. You don't have to choose between great coffee and financial responsibility. The solution isn't to eliminate coffee, it's to hack the system and get better coffee for less money while building wealth instead of destroying it. The first strategy is what I call the quality upgrade paradox. Most people assume that expensive coffee shop drinks are higher quality than anything they can make at home. This is absolutely false. Coffee shops prioritize speed, consistency, and profit margins over optimal brewing. With basic equipment and techniques, you can make coffee at home that surpasses anything you'll get at most commercial establishments. Here's your starter setup that will pay for itself in weeks, not months. Get a quality burr grinder. This is non-negotiable because pre-ground coffee loses flavor rapidly and unevenly ground coffee extracts poorly. A decent burr grinder costs between $50 and $150. Get a simple brewing device like a pour-over dripper, French press, or AeroPress. These cost between $20 and $40. Buy whole bean coffee from a local roaster or high-quality online supplier. This entire setup costs less than 2 months of coffee shop visits, but produces superior coffee indefinitely. The math is stunning. High-quality whole bean coffee costs approximately $8 to $12 per pound. 1 pound makes roughly 40 cups of coffee, bringing your cost per cup to 25 to 30 cents. Add milk, sugar, or other additions, and you're still under 50 cents per cup. Compare that to the $4 to $6 coffee shop price, and you're saving approximately 90% while getting better coffee. But let's address the elephant in the room: convenience. The reason people pay premium prices is that coffee shops are convenient, and home brewing takes time. This is where strategic automation becomes your secret weapon. You can set up systems that make home brewing nearly as convenient as buying coffee while maintaining that quality and cost advantage. Invest in a programmable coffee maker or espresso machine that starts brewing automatically before you wake up. Prep your coffee setup the night before, so morning brewing requires minimal effort. Create coffee stations in your home and office so you're never far from great coffee. Batch brew, cold brew, concentrate on weekends that lasts all week with minimal daily preparation time. Here's an advanced strategy that most people miss: subscription services and bulk buying. Many specialty roasters offer subscription services that deliver fresh coffee monthly at 20 to 30% below retail prices. Buying coffee in larger quantities reduces per-pound costs significantly. Some coffee clubs provide access to premium beans at wholesale pricing. These approaches maintain coffee quality while reducing costs even further. For the office coffee situation, consider starting a coffee club with colleagues. Pool money to buy a quality grinder and brewing equipment for the office. Source good coffee in bulk and split costs. This transforms the workplace coffee experience while saving everyone money and building social connections with coworkers. Travel presents unique challenges but also opportunities. Instead of paying airport or highway prices for mediocre coffee, travel with portable brewing equipment. A compact hand grinder, AeroPress, and pre-measured coffee portions fit easily in luggage. Many hotels provide hot water, and you can always ask for it at restaurants or cafes. This approach ensures consistent coffee quality while avoiding travel markup prices. The subscription model deserves deeper exploration because it addresses both quality and cost efficiency. Many premium roasters offer subscriptions that deliver freshly roasted coffee monthly or bi-weekly. These subscriptions often include discounts, free shipping, and access to exclusive beans. Some services allow you to customize roast levels, origin preferences, and delivery timing. The key is finding a service that matches your consumption rate and taste preferences while providing genuine cost savings. Now, let's talk about the psychological aspects of making this transition sustainable. Breaking coffee shop habits requires understanding the non-coffee benefits you're getting from those purchases. Maybe it's the social interaction with baristas, the excuse to take a break from work, the ritual of going somewhere special, or the status symbol of carrying a premium coffee cup. You need to replace these psychological benefits, not just the caffeine. Create rituals around your home coffee brewing that provide similar satisfaction to coffee shop visits. Make the brewing process meditative and intentional rather than rushed. Invest in attractive mugs and equipment that make the experience feel special. Establish coffee breaks that provide the same mental reset you get from leaving the office. Connect with other coffee enthusiasts online or in person to maintain the social aspects. Quality control becomes crucial when you're brewing at home consistently. Learn to dial in your brewing variables: grind size, water temperature, brewing time, coffee to water ratios. Keep a simple brewing log to track what works best for your taste preferences. Source coffee from roasters who provide roasting dates and brewing recommendations. Store coffee properly in airtight containers away from heat and light to maintain freshness. The compound effect of these savings becomes truly remarkable over time. Let's say you save $2,000 annually by switching from coffee shop purchases to high-quality home brewing. If you invest that savings in a tax-advantaged retirement account earning 7% annually, you'll have approximately $260,000 after 30 years. That's enough to fund several years of retirement or achieve significant financial goals that seemed impossible when you were spending money on overpriced coffee daily. But the benefits extend beyond pure financial calculations. You'll likely drink better coffee more consistently. You'll develop skills and knowledge about coffee that enhance your appreciation and enjoyment. You'll have more control over ingredients, allowing you to optimize for health, taste, or dietary restrictions. You'll reduce packaging waste and environmental impact compared to single-use coffee shop containers. For those worried about missing the social aspects of coffee shops, consider strategic coffee shop visits rather than daily habits. Choose coffee shops for specific social occasions, business meetings, or special treats rather than routine caffeine delivery. When you do visit coffee shops, you'll appreciate the experience more because it's intentional rather than automatic. This approach maintains the benefits of coffee shop culture while eliminating the financial drain of daily habits. The timing of this transition matters psychologically. Don't try to change everything overnight because that increases the likelihood of reverting to old habits. Start by replacing one coffee shop visit per day with home brewing. Once that feels natural, replace additional visits gradually. Allow yourself transition time to experiment with brewing techniques and find your preferences. The goal is sustainable change, not immediate perfection. Equipment investments deserve careful consideration because quality gear lasts years and pays dividends daily. A good burr grinder might cost $150, but will last a decade while improving every cup of coffee you make. A quality espresso machine might cost several $100s, but eliminates thousands in coffee shop espresso purchases over its lifetime. Think of these as investments in your coffee future, not just expenses. Here's a crucial insight most people miss. The quality of your home coffee setup directly correlates with your likelihood of sticking with home brewing. If you try to save money with cheap equipment that produces mediocre coffee, you'll eventually return to coffee shop purchases for satisfaction. Invest in equipment that produces coffee you genuinely prefer over coffee shop alternatives. This creates positive reinforcement that makes the habit change sustainable long-term. The seasonal aspect of coffee consumption often gets overlooked in financial planning. Summer iced coffee drinks, holiday seasonal specials, and cold weather comfort beverages all represent spending spikes that can derail budgets. Home brewing allows you to recreate these seasonal favorites at a fraction of the cost while experimenting with your own variations. Cold brew concentrate, flavored syrups, and specialty milk alternatives all cost significantly less when purchased for home use versus coffee shop markup. For those concerned about missing variety, home brewing actually provides more options than most coffee shops. You can source beans from different origins, roasters, and processing methods. You can experiment with brewing techniques that coffee shops don't offer. You can customize strength, flavor additions, and milk alternatives exactly to your preferences. The limitation isn't variety, it's knowledge and experimentation. Here's your action plan to transform your coffee spending from a wealth destroyer into a wealth builder. Calculate your current coffee spending by tracking purchases for 2 weeks and extrapolating annually. Set up a dedicated savings account for your coffee equipment investment and monthly coffee savings. Research and purchase quality brewing equipment suitable for your preferences and lifestyle. Find reliable sources for fresh, high-quality coffee beans. Establish brewing routines that fit your schedule and provide satisfaction. Track your savings monthly and invest the difference in your financial goals. The most successful coffee transitions happen when people focus on upgrade rather than sacrifice. You're not giving up coffee, you're upgrading to better coffee that costs less money. You're not restricting yourself, you're taking control of your coffee experience and financial future simultaneously. This mindset shift transforms what feels like deprivation into empowerment and improvement. Your coffee addiction doesn't have to drain your savings and derail your financial goals. With the right approach, equipment, and mindset, you can drink better coffee than ever while building wealth instead of destroying it. The choice isn't between coffee and money. It's between unconscious spending and intentional consumption that serves your taste preferences and financial future equally well. Start with 1 cup, master the process, and watch both your coffee quality and savings account improve dramatically. Your future self will thank you for making this change today, one perfectly brewed cup at a time. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more financial educational content like this. See you in the next one.